Warm greetings from the high 10. It's Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Um, hmm, mm, mm, mm. My. It's amazing how things can come to fruition so quickly. One of the commenters commented on my video, wanted me to see a link pertaining to foolishness that I don't indulge in. I've told you that. I don't really care what these people are talking about because they're not saying anything, but it gives me content for my channel, obviously. That's why I'm here. Hello, Norma, how are you? So I'm going to break it down to you very fast so I can enjoy my weekend. Obviously, Candus has a YouTube channel and likes to talk. She can't get enough of talking via Facebook, Messenger, live streaming on different YouTubers' channels. So now she can live stream herself and make more of a fool out of herself than she's been doing. I guess you all didn't see that coming. I want to address this to the people who have talked to her and Donna Wells. What have you gained by talking to Donna Wells and Candus Bly? Donna is now incarcerated for a few months to a year, depending on how kind the authorities will be. So Candus Bly is on her own now. And I'm trying to understand what is the point in live streaming with her and talking to her. What is baffling to me is that you don't think to talk to her in private. Why do you need to air a private conversation? You want me to believe that what she has said to you in the past several months has been relevant to the disappearance of Summer Wells. It is not. Nor she nor her husband have brought any pertinent information forward to, I'm going to go ahead and say it, LE, the news, radio, newspapers, social media. So what are you gaining by talking to her publicly and going live? You represent yourself to pretend that you're unbiased, not biased. You want to appear empathetic. You want to give these people a voice. You want people to look at them as human beings, as not suspects. But I don't think you really know what you're doing. Because you see, what would be the gist of the story is if indeed these people are involved in the disappearance of their child, and you've been aiding them with a voice. You've been allowing them to speak gibberish to the public and thirsty, hungry vultures who enjoy bullshit. So how should I look at you different? Help me understand. Why talk to her publicly? You're a friend. You're making friends with her. Are you her friend? Because I'm trying to understand a friend live streaming a conversation. My friends don't live stream, and I don't consider anybody a friend too much. So I ain't about to be talking to you live. No way. And if I think you were recording me, it'd be a wrap. And I sure as hell ain't getting ready to go to social media and cry about it if I found out about it, because I don't rock like that. I'm going to talk to you directly. And see, that's something these two don't know how to do. Everything that's confrontational has to be allowed on a live stream. Queen ain't going to never come to you on a live stream. I'm going to say what I got to say to you, then I'm out. I'm done. Ain't no more conversation. Block, delete. That's how I rock. Off of YT. I would never do this shit you all are doing, because the stuff you all are doing is buffoonery. So I'm going to say it to you one more time. Why are you talking to Candus Bly publicly? You're a friend. She's an acquaintance of yours. Why do you need her on a live stream to talk? Well, now she has a channel so she can live stream herself. She can learn the computer with the aid of her associates and make more of a fool out of herself. But I always told you all, if you separate the two, one would talk. Now, perhaps she won't tell you what we want to hear, which is where the child is. But nonetheless, perhaps she will give us something to go with and on. And now she's picked up where Don has left off. Interesting. Very, very interesting. At this point, it's for likes and views you talking to, Candus. But wasn't it that all along? But yet you are to remain unbiased and empathetic to the machine. That's my new word. I learned that from Tasha K. The word machine. I think that word is appropriate in this case. You've been talking to the machines, but what have you gained? You want to appear that you're different than other YouTubers? But at this point, I'm looking at you the same way that some enablers are looking at the rest of us. You are no different than the people you point the fingers at. I don't have to agree with anybody, and I don't have to think like how you think. Because one, I'm woke, and I watch people and I listen. I don't compare my life to somebody's, whether they mirror each other or not. I stay woke. She and Don have never told you anything pertaining to the case of relevance. So what is the point? What is it that you all don't understand about these people talking to she and Don, live streaming? I don't think you really understand the point of this. I believe you all have a sick sensation for drama, yet you play coy as if you are passive aggressive. Unbiased, but are you? Somebody on a YouTube channel, I'm not going to mention their name, they're an up-and-coming person, which one would say they're probably talking about Summer Wells for clout, because many people like to do that. Say, well, they just got a channel to now start talking about Summer Wells. It is what it is, huh? This person said on her channel, well, if she's got some secret she's holding, Don's got the secret, why is she talking publicly? So like to me, she wouldn't be talking knowing he'd get angry and upset. Blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously, you don't know a sociopath, and you've never been in a company of a sociopath or a pathological liar. You see, a sociopath mimics what is expected of a human being. So therefore, they laugh, they smile, they eat Cheerios in the morning, put butter on their toast, they use the restroom, allegedly wash between their arms and legs when they're musty. Are you following me? What's your damn point? She must not have done something. Because wouldn't she be afraid to be talking on her live or lives knowing he would get upset? Well, he can't do anything. Maybe you haven't been following the story. Donna Wells is locked up. So what can he do to her? Not nothing. She's mentioned she's not in love. She loves him. He's the father of her children. Candus, I don't know why you would say that. Is that relevant to anything? Because what I have to ask myself is this newfound divulsion of telling people things in live streams. One, would you be doing this if Donald Wells was free? Would you be telling him and the public you're fed up? I think that's who you should be telling these things to. See, this is why I keep telling you all this is nothing but a dirty game with these YouTubers. And everybody wants to try to play like they're different than the other YouTuber. No, you're not. You're not any different. I'm probably the only one that ain't talked to them because I don't rock like that. I don't sit at the table with the wicked. And one can say I'm being judgmental. I can be judgmental because I'm a human being. I'm not God. So therefore, I'm flawed. But none of this makes any sense. To be telling strangers, wait a minute, let me finish. She knew she caught them off guard, and they knew they were caught off guard. That's why they were so quiet. Because you see, you had no business live streaming with her. But see, you're like most people, you don't know when to stop. You're in it for facetious reasons as well. So that's why you're sitting there tongue-tied, can't speak. Because you weren't expecting that. You were not expecting for Candus Blythe to tell you, I love him, he's my kid's father, but I ain't in love with him, blah, blah, blah. Theatrics. Utter theatrics. This is what I want to know, Candus Bly. Why didn't you just leave him years ago? Why must it have taken this time in 2022 for him to go to jail, for you now to decide you want to speak up and talk? Because, see, at that time, years ago, your child wasn't missing and you didn't have a public platform. You didn't think of running to YouTube years ago to say, hey, I've got this jacked up ass husband. I need somebody to listen to me. It's only when your child went missing and you discovered YouTube in a form of a place to go and talk to people, to give your rendition of whatever happened on June 15th or whenever the child went missing. You see, it's all a game. Everybody's playing a dirty game with these people. And you are really no different than the people in the story, which is Donald Wells and Candus Bly. How are you different? You're not different. It's obvious. And you can't see it because you're on the inside of the glass. I'm on the outside looking in, and I can tell you the glass is murky, but not murky enough for me to see what the hell's going on. And then the participants like to come out of the glass, so therefore, I've got a bullseye view of what's going on. So I'm not blind. With or without glasses. So I'm going to say it again. Candus Bly, why didn't you leave years ago? Why now are you coming forward talking? Because, see, now people may think you might want to leave your husband. Because, see, the catch-all is going to be, the clincher of the story, is when Donald Wells comes out of Hawkins County Jail and you let him come back or y'all get back together, however the arrangement is with who stays at the house, owns the house, doesn't really matter to me. You two are conjoined. Then what? So anything you've said from the time he was in there till the time he's released, how's that going to work in favor? You and he. Because I got a feeling you're going to be doing a lot of talking before he comes out of there. And how will he look at you? So this person with this YouTube channel, you're new to the game. You're a little wet behind the ears. Let the queen school you for a second. There's always been somebody that's aided a sadist, spoke kind of a sadist, serial killer, murderer, child molester, baby killer. He was nice. She was nice. I went to school with him. He's a great guy, great neighbor. She's friendly. She's this. She did this for me, but they're also sick. I don't think there's one person on the earth that doesn't have somebody in their corner or somebody who's had something nice to say about them before they made national news or before they went to court and stood trial for salacious crimes. Stay woke. Obviously, you don't have cable wherever you live. You got a Southern accent. Maybe you're from around these parts. You want to become part of the YouTube shuffle. And you made it clear in your videos that you wanted to remain unbiased. I don't want to be biased. But I don't think she fears him to tell anything on her because of what she's been saying on the live streams. Woo, baby, you are really green. Feel sorry for you. How many times is it going to take to go back and forth with Donald Wells? Because like I said, all this chitter-chattering as of late, what's going to be the clincher is when he gets out and they still reunite. Then what? She sits on these live stream talking about getting the house together for the kids to return, the boys, summer, blah, blah, blah. The most interesting part of that is what we've already seen, those of us that are woke. Donald Wells is allegedly a drywaller by trade. Probably not the best drywaller, kind of a sneaky drywaller. He half does shit to get the money. So that means your house should have been in tip-top shape before the disappearance of Summer Wells. Stay woke. The fact that the house isn't really already up to date, you've had long months. Donald just went to jail. He hasn't been in jail 5 months, 3 months, 2 months. He's been free. So therefore, your house should have been wired up. You can get laminate flooring anywhere. You can get tile anywhere. We have lots of discount distributions in the area. So therefore, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Getting the house ready. Are you getting the house ready? Or is this just for live streaming appearances? Stay woke. Because many of us don't think you're going to get your kids back. And we got a feeling one of them ain't coming back. Let's keep it real. I got a feeling one ain't ever coming back. And that's not to be nasty. That's just to use common sense, demographics plus statistics. And it's time to quit shucking and jiving about what is real and what ain't. Got to stay woke. As I said, you and your husband have had ample enough time to get your house in good shape, decent shape, if indeed that is one of the criteria from the state of Tennessee, in order to get your boys back. And the time you spent going on lives, crying and blubbering and chewing tobacco. Oh, yeah, by the way, that last live, were you chewing tobacco, Miss Lady? Yeah, I think you were, because you were chewing tobacco with Chris Madonna back in the summer. It's not a nice look. Because one could say it eats up your gums. It's bad for your health. It's unladylike. It's a very masculine thing to do. Everybody knows that. Not to say that people didn't dip snuff and shit back in the days when I was growing up, but it's 2022. It's unfeminine. Yeah, I said that. So why are you chewing tobacco on a live? Because one could say, well, she sounds kind of slurred. Well, one could say it's what? It's a tobacco and a drink. And God forbid you were drinking or have been drinking, then that means you're not really trying to get your kids back, because you did just tell somebody recently on a live that, hey, it's BS, the classes that you're taking. But once again, as I said in my live the other night, why is it BS when you're trying to get your kids back? So you're doing just what Angela had said you would do. You weren't going to stop talking. I said separate the two. You'll get to the truth. And you're giving me just a little bit at a time. You don't give a fuck. Because you don't know when to shut up, and you don't know when to be quiet, and you don't know when to say, I probably shouldn't say this. I probably shouldn't say that. They're going to take it, misconstrue it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, hell yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because once again, I'm a human. You poke me enough, I may say ouch. Yeah, it's real skin, real bone, real blood. See, shit don't make no sense. Something's not adding up about this house, because the house has had ample enough time to damn near procreate itself. Let's just keep it real. You've had time enough to finish the courses for the state. So has Donald Wells. And yet you're on a live now, month 8, talking about getting your house ready, talking about the classes are bullshit online. Something missing. But I think the missing is what's obvious. You haven't done your part. And why would I, as a social worker or supervisor, think that you want your kids back when you're not complying with the protocol to get them back? And we have learned from other cases, they're not going to chase you, because frankly, that's not their job. They have too many people to work with who obviously want their kids back, who want to try to do right and get their kids back. So why the hell am I going to waste my time fooling with this group over here? I'm not, because that's not a part of my job title. And I think most of us know that. You also mentioned in the live, you can take care of yourself. Nobody needs to be worried about you. Don don't have to worry about you, blah, blah, blah. And as I said, once again, why did you not leave Donald Wells years ago? Because if you can take care of yourself right now, then you could have taken care of yourself years ago with your children. I think you know that. I think you know a lot of single mothers who have done exceptionally well raising their children alone or with the aid and help of a father, child support. So I'm going to ask you, why are you telling people that on a live stream? You can help yourself. But if you can help yourself, why are you in a Facebook group asking for money? You already knew you were doing this YouTube shuffle. You got to wait to be added on by YouTube, which you may have already. Then you got to set the button to monetize the videos. And then you give the set information to how they can pay you. And then you wait to get your money from YouTube. Did I leave anything out, Candus Bly? This is for those who don't really know the YouTube shuffle hustle. Because right now it is a hustle. It's a hustle for many. Like I say, ain't no shame in the game. Folks got to eat. Ain't that what y'all been saying? It is what it is. You show somebody how to put a sweater on, makeup, still get paid. Major networks get paid from talking about true crime. Y'all ain't mad at them. Yeah, I'm talking about everything in this live. You want to talk about it, I'm going to bring it to you. You can take care of yourself, yet you were just begging for money 2 weeks ago. But you're going to get paid by YouTube once you're a partner. So that means you'll either put up pay sites alongside your YouTube channel, and we won't have to worry about hearing you ask for money, because you can just put your Cash App in the description in your video, and people can send you whatever they want to send you, however they want to send it to you. I think you know that by now, Candus. Come on now. Let's not play games. The funny thing about the live you did from the hotel, hey, yeah, what about that? Why are you in the hotel again? I'm just curious. Why are you streaming from a hotel room? Somebody's in the background. Some of you are speculating it's a kid. I couldn't really tell what it was. Boy, girl, man, I can't tell. Somebody blew up the picture on their channel. Could be a kid. I don't say what it is. It's none of my business. Who's lying on the couch or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. They ain't a friend of mine, they ain't a kid of mine, so I don't care. But you said it was your friend. Waiting for your friend to come up. Who's that? And who's the friend that got you in the hotel room? Who's the person lying back there in the background? Yeah, they're curious, so I'm going to ask. Because they're worrying the hell out of me about it. You know, I don't really give a fuck. Just don't care. Because it's not going to mean anything. If I got a name right now, it wouldn't make a bit of difference who the hell it was laying back there in the background. Who checked in the room? Who put the room in their name? On their credit card, debit card? Is it going to matter? But people are going to question. So I'm going to ask you, why are you in the hotel streaming? Is there something wrong with the Wi-Fi up at the Mount? I'm curious. Storms, bad weather, Rogersville, flooding, what? What are we talking about? Wi-Fi lines crossed up. I'm curious. What's going on? You've been getting money, so Wi-Fi shouldn't be a problem, and cell service should not be a problem as of now. So the next time something jumps off on the Mount, we should not be hearing of any more 911 calls, because you now have income coming in. So therefore, that bullshit you gave the other night about working for a friend at her house, that's bullshit. Because you're now a YouTuber, and if you're going to get monetized here shortly or are, you got monies coming in. So you gullible guppies don't have to donate any money. Why are you so worried about who the hell else is getting donations on their channel? People who were in the game way longer than Candus and Donna Wells. Stay woke. But once again, no mention of Summer Wells. No information pertaining to how you can aid and help in law enforcement, find her and or give information. All that's left out in the lives. Don't you find that interesting? Hey, call this number here, 1-800-TBI-FIND, to help bring information in finding my child. I really miss my child. There's so many things I miss about her. Her eyes, the color of her hair, the way she smelled, the way she did this, and this. Don't you think that was an opportunity to talk about your child? We know allegedly you weren't supposed to be talking about the boys, if indeed you're still in cahoots with CPS to get the boys back. But that, I think, would be the time to talk about your girl child who's currently missing from the state of Tennessee. But nah, we're too busy looking in the computer worrying about some dizzy broad coming up on the screen. Yeah, okay. You missed that opportunity. But I got a feeling you're going to miss that opportunity, because that's the purpose of Summer Wells missing. She's always been a missed opportunity like your other kids. You reported her missing. She was a missed opportunity afterwards. She never came forward to the news, radio, newspaper, to plead for your child, day for day, your mother, none of your other family members, nobody. Hey, they got news cameras out in Utah, New York, Idaho. Stay woke. You can give an interview from anywhere. Nobody says anything about Summer Wells. From here to the state of California. Just a dizzy-ass bio donor who's standing out for clout off of a missing child. So why do you have the YouTube channel, Candus Bly? and the website? I'm kind of curious. Or do I already know the answer? Once again, no mention of Summer Wells in your little 5-minute video. Perfect opportunity to plug your baby. Say whoa. And once again, do you have a new friend now? Because, you have a problem with friends. You don't do well in the friend department. They turn on you, they talk about you, they record you. So this is why I mentioned earlier in this commentary, why are you on people's live streams when you've been burned by people pretending to be your friend, and then they later let you know their true motives, such as with Candus. She was talking to a fucking YouTuber the whole time. And the lady waits after she done conversated to say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm a YouTuber. You all ain't learned anything yet. But yet your husband blames everybody on YouTube. Honey, there are thousands of people on YouTube. They don't even know Donna Wells' name. They don't know your name. They don't even know the summer's missing. But yet it's everybody else's fault. Because you all been playing the blame game your entire lives. Anytime something goes bump in the night with you people, it's always somebody else's fault. It's the neighbors, it's the butchers, it's the pharmacist, it's the doctor, the baker, candlestick maker. It's always somebody else's fault. My house is nasty. It's your fault. I don't have proper wiring. It's your fault. I don't have towel on the floor. It's your fault. I don't have a running bathroom. It's your fault. Don't got room in the house. It's your fault. Don't got adequate furniture, stove, refrigerator. It's your fault. Kids ain't got decent clothes. It's your fault. I don't look good. It's your fault. I'm dipping tobacco. Your fault. Ain't got no teeth. Your fault. You're making these videos about me. It's your fault. Yeah, I didn't even know who you were before June 15th. Wow, imagine that. Gots to be more careful. Woo, so many things, so many notes. How long is this going to go on? This YouTube channel. Because, eventually this story is going to come to an end. Candus, Donna Wells. So how long is this going to go on? I'm just curious. Just very, very curious. Let's just keep it real. This is all self-serving. The channels, the website, YouTube channels, solve self-serving reasons by Don and Candus. And just a way to get self-pity and money from the public. And I think we all know that. I think we all know that now. If you haven't worked anywhere since a young woman, this is a new hustle, joining YouTube. It's called the YT Content Creator. I say it's prep work for the Emmy for when you go to trial. That's what I'm saying. Indeed. Wow, wow, wow. Woo! New friends going live. And like I said, it's only a matter of time. You're going to get burned by your new acquaintances, whoever they are. And then you're going to be on YouTube, on your own channel, of course, crying about what she or he did to you and what they told and recorded your conversations. And what they told everybody about your personal business. But yet you haven't learned anything because you're so desperate for attention. And one could look at you as a human being if we wanted to. One woman on her channel kept going on and on about how you seem so relaxed and free to speak and genuine. Well, Donna Wells isn't around. That's why. She wasn't talking like that before. Blubbering was about it. But Don Wells is not around to orchestrate anything, tell her to be quiet, hush her up, push her down, grab her by the throat, allegedly. Yeah, I guess I'd be more genuine too. I don't got somebody strong-arming me. Damn. Where the hell you been? As I said, streaming live on other people's networks, now your own channel, no pleas for your child, nothing about Summer, I mean, at all. What are you all going to do, you enablers, when you find out perhaps this woman and her mother and husband harmed Summer Wells alongside their children? What are you going to do then? All the donation money, likes, views on their content, you find out they orchestrated the disappearance and discardment of a child, their own child. What are you going to do then? You're going to go run, get in people's chat and say how sorry you feel, how you messed up in thinking and believing in two strangers you don't know a damn thing about. And wow, I know you were kind of hard on them. Wow, I really messed up thinking they were good people. Where did you ever get the notion that they were good people, nice people? We know she's lonely, wants friends and attention. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also have to look at her as a potential suspect in the disappearance of a child. So I have to put on the back burner how she appears in a live stream without her husband. That's to be expected. It's called game. Game recognizes game. Don't ever be fooled by a sly smile, mediocre conversation about hot dogs and hamburgers in the midst of a child missing and 3 little boys in the state's care. That's what a sociopath do. They pretend to be human. And they smile and they laugh and they make sly-ass jokes and commentary and talk about going to the Walmart or the Ross to buy a new pair of shoes and coat. But deep down inside, they're diabolical. Their thoughts are diabolical. And they have committed heinous crimes. Damn, don't you watch the Oxygen Network and Dateline? Come on now. You want me to believe that no sadist ever went to Walmart? Never went to the movies? Never went out to eat? Never had a friend, a kid, girlfriend, wife, husband? Damn. What kind of world are we living in? As I said, for every rapist, serial killer, sadist, child molester, baby killer, fraudulent person, defrauder, scammer, someone has aided them, still aids them, supports them, and at least one person on top of this dirt can say something kind about that said person, but it does not diminish the acts of that vile person. And as I said, what would you do if you found out they harmed her and discarded her, and you've been aiding them and chatting and ratting and rallying behind them in people's chat and Facebook and different groups? You had no idea who they are. Because in the end, you don't know Candus Bly or Donald Wells. Just like you don't know the people in the chat, me, movie stars, sportsmen. You don't know anybody. Because it wasn't meant for you to know everybody and their personal business and their personal thoughts. Candus Bly, Donald Wells, this is my question to you before I check out of here. Do you still believe there's a kidnapper out there that has your child? And as I told some people in the chat and in the comment section, if indeed she's alive, what would they be doing with her? Surely not a decent person would be holding the child still, 2022. Of course not. We're not that blind and naive. And we already know that the reason someone would kidnap a child of 5, it would not be to just take her in because she's not living a great life. It would be for felonious and facetious reasons. Don, Candus, do you still believe someone abducted your child on June 15th, 2021? And do you still believe that your child is alive? That is my question to you today. Whew. The theatrics of Don and Candus via Facebook and YouTube has been for the grand finale for an Emmy for Best Daytime Actor, Actress in a Sitcom. And it is for the preparation for the trial East Tennessee pertaining to harming and discarding a 5-year-old child by the name of Summer Wells. And as I said, so many of you enablers and naysayers have bickered back and forth about who's legitimate on the wire, who's a scammer, who's a defrauder, who's a clout chaser, who's cashing in off the name of Summer Wells. Who's hustling who? Well, you now can say that with Candace Bly now having a YouTube channel, the playing field is even. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.